Hello, very good afternoon to you. It's Sam the Face and Martin Keown. We're here right the way through till 1 o'clock this afternoon. I'm delighted to say we're joined by David Lloyd in the studio. Hello, thank you very much for coming in.
I've enjoyed it today. It's been good cricket, exhilarating cricket. England, I was really worried. 445 I thought was a great score, but they've motored on.
They certainly have. And Ben Duckett has motored on. Amazing return for him. I mean, did he average 6 there in 2016? What a performance today.
Yeah, he batted 4, I think, at that stage. And so he's found a slot. And he fits this, whatever they call it, baseball or aggressive cricket, fits it perfectly. When he started, he played and missed that many times with airy-fairy drives. But then he got to work and got stuck in. He's played some extraordinary shots. He's rattled away 100 in quick time.
Tell me about what you were thinking when India, at one stage, I thought maybe were getting away a little bit with it because England were being a bit wasteful in the field. At one point, I think they reduced them to 331 for 7, getting rid of Jadeja, but then didn't really kick on from there for a while.
No, there were a couple of chances as well. You would say they weren't difficult chances that England put down. So when India got to 445, you think, well, they've won the toss, they batted first, they're controlling the game. They've got wonderful bowlers. England have different ideas, the way that they go out and play, and they take the game to the opposition. When you look at this Ashwin, our Ashwin's got 500 Test match wickets. That is real quality. And they've knocked him out of the attack. So that disturbs them. Bumrah is number 1 in the world, and he's looked menacing at times, but they've taken care of him as well. And so England are in a great position to kick on tomorrow.
Ollie Pope went down this morning, didn't he? Did you see Ollie Pope?
Yes.
Fantastic cricketer.
Are you just saying that because he's an Arsenal fan?
Well, I've met him, and I think he's a great young man. He's been magnificent, hasn't he, on this tour so far?
He got 196, one of the best innings that you'll see. He's been out LBW here, and I'm just you scroll through social media and see what journalists who are all there. I was absolutely gobsmacked when it was given out, LBW. It came under review with 3 reds, so it's hitting. When you see it, you just think it's hit him right at the top of his pad, right at the top. It's moving towards leg. This is missing. Hawkeye has said differently. It's hitting all 3. He couldn't believe it when he walked off. And England, in the dressing room, you could see cameras going there. They're saying, what? But he's gone. But he played all right. He got 37, but he'd have wanted a lot more.
But in cricket, you seem to trust, don't you, the technology, Hawkeye. No one really questions it too much. In football, we're always on about VAR.
Do you know, the people who do DRS, the Hawkeye, having worked for Sky and in TV, very protective of it. If you as you're a player and you can sense what's right, what's wrong, and you just say, is that right? They're really protective. They say absolutely bang on, no problem whatsoever. I'd question that one.
Interesting, isn't it? Because it doesn't stop the discussions, as Martin said. We're very much involved in those when it comes to VAR, but DRS usually is accepted. You've questioned that one, but overall, England's performance over the course of this Test series so far has been intriguing. Were you expecting it to be as competitive as it has been?
Definite. I mean, England, whoever they play, they just tell you before they start, we're going to play this way, we're going to attack, we're going to take the game to them. And it's sort of reinvented Test match cricket under Ben Stokes and McCullum. Rob Key's involved as well. So you've got a T20 game, which is terrific. And they've said we can make Test match cricket brilliant too by being aggressive, taking the game too. They'll come unstuck, but the records will show you Ben Stokes matches, the win ratio, he's right up there with any Test captain.
And when you talk about the style of cricket, obviously it provides extra added entertainment. And we took the over where there was all sorts of inventive shots being played by Duckett. It was just after he got his century. One of the things that impressed me was his temperament. He didn't get carried away, despite the fact that he was pulling off great shots and obviously run making at an incredible rate.
Yeah, the other thing is that they look like they're enjoying doing it as well. They're enjoying going to work.
But it puts a smile on everyone's face, right?
Of course. Well, what are we here for? We're here to entertain the public, and the public will say, oh, give me some more of this. This is fantastic. I went to a football match 2 or 3 nights ago, York City versus Dorking Wanderers. It was like watching a fire go out. and so you get something like that, which gets you on the edge of the seat. This is worth watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
David, you've got an incredible wide-ranging knowledge. But you're quite a gardener, aren't you? You're into your fruit and veg.
I am very much
Any
so.
tips on cauliflower and broccoli?
Yeah, mulch. You need a lot of mulch. And this time of year, you get into February, get them in the greenhouse, get them a good start in your greenhouse. You need lots of manure, natural stuff built into your soil. Wait till that first frost, get them out into your allotment, and they'll get a head start. They'll go quicker, much quicker.
Bit of nitrogen.
Yeah, get some nitrogen in it, especially like Brussels sprouts take a long time. They take a real long time.
This knowledge
and
is so descriptive.
So when you start with Brussels sprouts, you've got to prepare your soil first, like 3-4 months in advance, and put loads and loads of manure and all sorts of stuff in compost.
I'm totally impressed, but I don't understand where the questions come from. I'm
just
now getting the vibe as to why Jim takes Fridays off.
His knowledge is unbelievable. He brings it into his commentary as well. It's fantastic.
That's great. Should we talk about the cricket again? He's a bit of a loose cannon, David.
I've just mended a tractor, by the way.
What was it? Not a Massey Ferguson, was it?
No, it's not. I mean, it's a Chinese tractor called a Siroma, and we put a new clutch in it, and it's good. It's as good as new. Yeah.
Good news. So should we get up early tomorrow morning and listen to the cricket? Why is the first hour so important?
Because I might be talking about fruit and veg. If you want to come in at that time, I get up. I'm just round the corner, and I've got to tell you. So you've got to go to bed early. I sort of finished and went round the town a little bit at 3:30 yesterday afternoon. I'm just going back to the hotel and just glanced in the bar. There's a bloke called Brazil sat there.
Yes.
I did an absolute swerve and went straight up to my room.
Good call.
I am not getting involved.
Who's managing the garden while you're out and about? That's what I'm worried about.
Lady Lloyd is in charge of Lloyd
lovely.
Towers, yeah, and the two little
Team
dogs. They're little ferocious terriers, and they give you a nasty lick.
Have you been enjoying working with the talkSPORT commentary team? Because
Loved
it's been a great fun series.
It's a good crew, and that seriously is part of it to make it enjoyable and to know what you're doing. I've got a good crew, good production. Everybody's up for it. They all want to be at work, which, sometimes you get one or two that say, I can't be bothered.
And after, I mean, the series is finally poised at this moment in time, but if England were to come away with a victory in India, how much of a feather would that be in the cap of not only the captain, but the management team as well?
It would be massive. They're not favourites by any stretch, and you always hear that it's nice to be the underdogs. They'll go toe-to-toe with India and keep trying to disturb India. So there's a long way to go. This is the third, and cricket can be long, drawn out with 5 test matches, and that's what we've got here. You stay with them, stay in the game. The one thing in cricket that I've been involved that far in 5-day matches, don't have a bad session. If you have a bad session, you start chasing the game. Every chance that you lose it. So very important tomorrow, get off to a good start. But they've got 8 wickets in hand, and that's a great position to be in.
We had a great series in the summer, and obviously everyone has fallen in love with this approach that England have got. Not everyone's fallen in love with the approach that England have got, but a lot of people have been drawn into Test cricket again because of the entertainment value, because of the competitive series that we've had. What's the response been like in India? What the crowd's been like? Are they as interested in the Test cricket as we have become because of Bazball?
Well, if you look at the pictures, you'll see these vast stadiums. They're enormous. And they look empty for Test match cricket, which they would fill for T20 cricket.
Yeah.
That's not the whole story. There'll be 25 or 30,000 people in. Now, if you put that into Lord's or the Oval, we'd all be saying, "Oh, it's fantastic! It's a full house." And so it's they've got massive stadiums, which will find it difficult to fill. It's a working day. Yeah. Test matches are working days. In England, we will fill the grounds for 3 days out of the 5, and people turn up because it's intimate. It'd be at Trent Bridge, there's 18,000. You go to Lord's and the Oval, 25,000. So we're happy when you see pictures over there. Oh, it's half empty. Well, it's not actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the different size of the stadium, and as a result, different levels of interest, and therefore, if there's 25,000 in there, that's a pretty good return. Any more gardening questions before we go?
No. But it's always a pleasure to listen to you. I love your commentaries. You're so descriptive, such
real kind,
such a clarity to your work.
And the other thing, what you've asked me, what do I like coming in here? It's just meeting people, legends. And he's an invincible man. He's an invincible. Yeah. They're a dirty team at times, but he's still an invincible.
Now we're hearing it. Now we're hearing
It's
it.
about the 30 tricks haven't stopped, let me tell you. He's still very much involved in that. It's great to see you. Thank you very much. And
Pleasure.
the commentary returns tomorrow at 4 a.m, is that right?
It is indeed, yeah.
Looking forward to it. talkSPORT 2. If you haven't got talkSPORT 2 yet, pretty easy. All you got to do is download our app. You can flick between the two stations. It's also available on DAB+ and on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel.